All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and finish up these 3 word problems here in 3.2. So today's first one, it's going to be number 2 on the back side of your note sheet. It says the sum of 3 numbers is 20. The second number is 4 times the first, and the sum of the first and the third is 8. Write and solve a system of linear equations to find the numbers. All right, so we have first off, we have 3 numbers that we're looking for. So let's just call that x, y, and z. And so the sum, so when we hear the word sum, we're thinking addition. So x plus y plus z equals 20. All right, let's tackle that next chunk. It says the second number is. So the word is reminds us that it's equal. So the second number we have decided is y equals 4 times the first. Times means multiplication. So 4 times x. And then the sum of the first and the third is 8. Sum, again, means addition. So first and third. So x plus z equals 8. All right. So the first thing that I see I would like to do is I have a y equals. So I'm going to take that y equals and I'm going to substitute it in to my top equation. Okay, so now I have x plus 4x plus z, oops, forgot my plus sign, equals 20. Okay, I substituted in that 4x in place of y. So I have like terms, so this becomes 5x plus z equals 20. And now I have a variable, or 2 variables, x and z, along with, I have 2 variables here. So I'm just going to extend my page, and I'm going to move this down here. And now I'm going to look at 5x plus z and equals 20, and x plus z equals 8. So I want to take my top equation, and I'm going to times it by -1. What this does is it gives me that opposite that I'm looking for. So my positive z and my negative z. Okay, if you're struggling to keep up with writing, either just watch it and rewind it to get the writing, or pause it as we're going through. All right, so 5x minus x gives me 4x. My z's are opposite, so they cancel. And 20 minus 8 gives me 12. So x, when I divide by 4, is going to be 3. All right, so now I can just plug it back in to be able to find my missing things. So I'm going to plug 3 in here to find y. Y equals 4 times 3. So y equals 12. And I'm going to plug this 3 in here. So I get 3 plus z equals 8. So subtract 3 to both sides, and z equals 5. All right. Please pause it, get it written down, email me if you have questions. Let's look at problem 3. There are 49,000 seats in a sports stadium. Tickets for the seats in the upper level sell for $25. The ones in the middle level cost $30, and the one on the bottom level are $35. The number of seats in the middle and the bottom levels together equals the numbers of seats in the upper levels. When all the seats are sold for an event, the total revenue is $1,419,500. How many seats are there on each level? All right, so the first thing we want to do is give some variables. So let's call x our upper level. Okay, y let's call our middle. And z call our lower level. Okay, that's like the number of seats on each level. All right, so we tackle each sentence one by one. So there are 49,000 seats in the stadium. So what that's going to give me is x plus y plus z equals 49,000. The upper plus the middle plus the lower is 49,000 total. All right, the tickets for the seats in the upper level cost 25, so I can take 25 times X. The middle level costs 30, so 30Y plus, and the ones on the bottom are 35, so 35Z equals, now when all the seats, now I'm going to jump down to here, when all the seats are sold, we have a revenue of $1,419,500. Okay, so money sticks with money. Then we have this middle paragraph here. It says the number of seats in the middle and the bottom together, so that's going to imply addition. So middle plus the bottom, oops, not X, sorry about that. The middle, which is Y, plus the bottom is equal to the number of seats in the upper level. No, yeah, X. There you go. Okay, so now we have our three equations. I'm just going to extend my page a little bit. All right, so I see, and this is going to be something new we haven't seen before, but if I have a Y plus Z, I can substitute that in for Y plus Z. Okay, so Y plus Z is equal to X, so I'm going to replace Y plus Z in my first one with X. All right, so that gives me 2X equals 24,500. So I'm going to divide both sides by 2, and I find X equals, oh, sorry, I jumped ahead one step. There we go. This should still be our 49,000. Divide both sides by 2. We find X is 24,500. All right. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to do a couple of things because we want to try and get to 2 equations that have the same variables. So X was super easy for us to find. The next 2 are going to take a little bit of work, but not difficult work, okay? We talked about this when we did our notes yesterday. It's long, but it's not difficult. We've done this type of stuff. All right, so I'm going to take my top equation and replace X and my middle equation and replace X. So I'm going to pick these 2 here and I'm going to replace X. And I'm just going to do it on the next slide because otherwise my writing is just going to keep getting smaller and smaller. So I'm just going to add a slide. All right, so I said I was going to take my top equation and replace X with 24,500. So plus Y plus Z equals 49,000. And now I'm taking my middle one. That's the one that deals with the money. So I take 25 times 24,500 plus 30Y plus 35Z equals 1,419,500. Okay, both of these equations we need to do a little bit of simplifying too. We are going to subtract over my 24,500 in my top equation. Okay, and in my next, and that's gonna, let's right here, we're gonna get Y plus Z equals 24,500. Okay, I'm gonna have multiplication here. So that gives me 612,500. So I'm going to minus that to both sides. So now my equation becomes, excuse me, 30y plus 35z equals 807,000. So now I'm looking at my 2 purple equations. Okay, they both have y and z, so I need to eliminate one of them. I'm just going to pick the y. So that means I'm going to take my top equation, and I want it to be opposite of positive 30. So I'm going to times it by negative 30. Now every single piece needs to be multiplied by negative 30. So this becomes negative 30y minus 30z equals negative 735,000. So now you're dealing with that purple equation and the blue one. So when we add these, my y terms will cancel. End up with 5z equals 72,000. I'm going to divide both sides by 5. So go ahead and grab your calculator, take 72,000, divide it by 5, and you find z to equal 14,400. Okay, so we have x and we have z. So to find y, let's go ahead and just plug it back in into that very, very first equation that we did. Let me grab red. All right, so we plug it back in. 24,500 in for x plus y. Oh, I might, let me slide that over. There we go. Give myself a little more room. Okay, if you run out of room on your note sheet, just grab an extra piece of paper. Okay, plus my 14,400 that we just found was for z. And then equals, remember the total number of seats is 49,000. So you're going to take 49,000 and you're going to subtract 24,500. You're going to subtract 14,400 from there. And so in the middle level, there are 10,100 seats. Whew, we found all 3 of them. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about 4. Mike knows that he's scored a total of 70 points so far this basketball season. His coach told him that he has scored 37 times, but Mike wants to know how many free throws, how many field goals, and how many three-pointers he has made. Okay, now field goals are worth 1, free throws are 1 point, field goals are 2, and three-pointers are 3 points. Okay. The sum of his field goals and three-pointers equal twice the number of free throws, minus 2. How many free throws, field goals, and three-pointers has Mike made? Okay, so here is what's going to happen. His coach has said he scored 37 times. So let's go ahead and call free throws X, field goals Y, and three-pointers Z. So a total of 37 times. So X plus Y plus Z equals 37 times he scored. Okay, he knows he scored a total of 70 points. So that's 1X plus 2Y plus 3Z, those are how many points each of those are worth, is equal to 70. All right, now we got to tackle this one right here. It says the sum, sum means addition, of his field goals, that's Y, and three-pointers, that's Z, equal, okay, so let's write that. Y plus Z equals twice, so that means I'm going to multiply by 2, the number of free throws, that's X, minus 2. Whew, all right. So I gave you the 3, and I'm going to give you the answers, and I want you to come up with the in-between. So we end up with X should be 13, and let's see here, Y equals 15, and Z equals 9. So go ahead and fill the in-between in, and we will touch base on this when I see you guys again. Bye.